Joining us now is Texas Representative Keith Self. Sir, tell us what it was like there in the House chamber.
Well, I tell you what, the first thing I got to say is it was a lot of fun. I mean, the zingers just kept coming. He had excellent guests up in the gallery to introduce. So it was exciting. It was just fun. But then when you get to the policies, that's what I enjoyed the most, because the successes, the progress that we're making on the promises that he made to the American people, and now we see him keeping those promises in real time. I mean, who's ever seen 40 days plus like this ever? I haven't in my lifetime. And I will tell you, it was pretty exciting. But again, just a lot of fun to hear him talk about his vision, about what he's doing, the successes that he's having. That's pretty exciting stuff.
Yes, Congressman, we are just recollecting our ideas over what we just saw there. But what was the highlight for you? And did you find any surprises in the speech, specifically with Greenland? Seems like there's some developments there.
I don't know that there are developments, but yes, Greenland is strategically important now because of the shipping lanes, because of the emphasis on the Arctic. So yes, that's important. But let me just tell you, the American people voted for Donald Trump because of the border was one of the key issues. And he went back to it several times. That's how important it is, the border. And look at the numbers. The numbers have crashed. They have cratered. I'm telling you, the border is now as secure as it's ever been. So I was absolutely thrilled about that. But no surprises. The only surprise is that the Democrats would not clap for a young man who has cancer. I found that strange at best.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We were all shocked to see that they couldn't stand up once. They really couldn't clap at all. And almost, I was joking with Robert here. I was saying, oh, okay, do you like food? Clap if you like food. These guys just stood there and sat there. But anyway, let's talk about the drug cartel situation. We know that President Trump's saying, hey, this is a terrorist organization. We know there's some drug cartels in Canada, obviously Mexican drug cartels. You being from Texas, sir, talk to us about that, too, when it comes to fentanyl, though, coming across the border. President Trump's still having the tariffs against Canada, Mexico, and China because of the production of that fentanyl.
Well, that's only one of the elements that comes across the border. Obviously, the drug is incredibly dangerous, and it is so dangerous. But we also have sex trafficking across the border. We have indentured servanthood inside the United States of people who have come across the border, and then the gangs that have come across the border, and frankly, just the number of people. The border was incredibly dangerous to America. And he and Tom Homan has the mission to do this. They have started the deportations. They have started the arrests. They've started to hunt down the gangs. All of this, again, is what he promised the American people, and he is doing it, and he's doing it quickly. It is a great success story after 40 plus days. The border is incredibly important. Don't forget that. With everything else that he's doing with Elon, with Doge, the border is one of the most important things that he promised the American people, and he's doing.
And that's so true, Congressman. Without national security in place, you can't have a thriving economy. So it goes hand in hand. But what are you looking forward to in this legislative session really to accomplish? Are there certain bills on the table that you're hoping to get to President Trump to in the near future?
Well, I will tell you what my emphasis is, and it is the deficit and the debt. We have got to get a handle on government spending. With $36 trillion in debt, we have a deficit that we're adding $2 trillion every single year. We've got to get a handle on that. It is a very tiny first step, this budget resolution that we have passed, a very tiny first step. But we've also got to have a great appropriations bill for FY26 the next year. So this is something we have got to watch carefully, because when President Trump says he wants to balance the budget in a very few short years, that's a tall order. Congress has got to get after it, and we've got to be serious about it.
And Congressman, finally, can you just share with us that 30,000-foot view of really what we just experienced tonight? What would be your words of encouragement to the American people, both on the right side of history and those that maybe aren't supportive of President Trump? What is the message that you have for them, sir?
I would go back and listen to the last 3 or 4 minutes of this speech. Donald Trump laid out a tremendous vision of the greatness of America that is coming. If we can execute his plan, if we can execute his vision, if we can secure the border, if we can get the economy back on track, if we can get inflation down, if we can reestablish American credibility around the world that is not very high right now, if the tariffs work, if we can get people to cooperate with us, if we can get Europe to start funding more of their defense, that's what you heard in the last 3 or 4 minutes of this. The vision, the Trump vision for the future of America. Go listen to it.
Exactly. Texas Congressman Keith Self, thank you so much for joining us live right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network.
Thank you so much.